In this video, I want to talk about a topic that we addressed in class this past week. That is the topic of othering and colonial powers. Othering is the core process that generates the privileging forces of the Hydra. I'll be explaining the Hydra a bit later. But othering works basically this way. A doesn't equal B. The in-group doesn't equal the out-group, or my family doesn't equal your family, or my sports team doesn't equal your sports team. There's always an infinite number of A's and B's, one group and another group. And so normal or non-toxic othering is when group A is different from group B, and it ends there. That is called differentiation. Toxic othering comes when one group, we'll call it A, feels it as if it is better than B. Group A is superior to Group B. This is stratification. This is putting things in layers, one on top of the other. This is toxic othering. In the case of colonization, countries, for example, like Great Britain, went around the world and colonized various parts of the world. They, of course, colonized North America. They colonized Southeast Asia. They colonized Australia. They colonized many parts of the world. In fact, at one point, there was a phrase that said, "The sun never sets on the British Empire." It was a global empire built on colonization. This colonization was based on the assumption that one group was superior to another group. The British were imposing their will onto people around the world and having them do what the British wanted them to do for political and economic gain. In our equation, A doesn't equal B, we can put the British Empire was greater than all of the othered cultures and nations around the world. This is a perfect example of toxic othering, this case being colonial impact around the world. Colonial impact around the world continues, and the legacies of colonization exist everywhere around the world, including Myanmar and Bangladesh.